Welcome to the Creatives, Radio Now's entertainment talk show. My name is Doris Okori. You'll be listening to us every Friday at 9:05 a.m. and repeats at 8 p.m. on Radio Now 95.3 FM Lagos and also on our other platforms on our website www.thisisradionow.com, on Facebook, facebook.com/thisisradionow, and on YouTube, Radio Now Studio. Today in the studio, I have a very interesting guest, and I'm super excited about it. I have with me in the studio a visual storyteller, finance and technology video producer with over 250,000 subscribers. He has a background in economic analysis, brand communication, and specializes in mobile technology, personal finance, and the Nigerian economy. But first, you know how we do. Let's go! He is an ambassador for one of the largest music licensing companies for content creators. He is one of the 26 Africans featured on the 2022 YouTube Black Voices class. He won Tech Creator of the Year in 2021 at the Trend Up Awards and won Tech Influencer of the Year in 2021 at the Tech Point Awards. He was the youngest nominee for the Future African Awards for New Media. He has been featured on Y Nigeria's establishment list of top 50 Nigerians to look out for 4 years consecutively, Bella Nigeria's top 10 list of video creators on YouTube, channels, television, and more. He has an audience of over 350,000 followers across all social media platforms and over 15 million video views from making unique weekly technology and finance videos for the African space and globally for over 4 years. He has worked with over 70 technology, finance, and many multinational brands. Welcome, Fisayo Fosudo.
Thank you for having me.
Are you ready? Yeah.
I am. I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you here.
Thank you.
Okay, so Fisayo, tech content creation is not very popular in these parts. Obviously, we don't have that many people creating content, tech content. So, what's the typical day in the life of Fisayo, the tech content creator?
Yeah, it's very interesting that you mentioned that. If you look at the statistics, we have around 90% actually of the content, the top 100 YouTube creators in Nigeria are making content for entertainment. So that's like music, videos, Nollywood movies, music and stuff like that, church stuff. The remaining 10% are dominated by beauty, food, lifestyle, things like that, and tech is like 0.2, 0.5%. So we're not even many in the top 100. And for me, this niche was more like, how can I inform people, how can I educate people, and just make them see value in stuff that I'm making. So my videos are basically two parts. So I make tech videos. I also make videos about personal finance and the Nigerian economy. So whenever I'm making video, I'm trying to help people answer a question. So as far as day to day, I'm always trying to say, okay, what's the next thing I can do? What's the best thing I can do to help people just be informed about a topic or a latest product or something that has just come out?
I think you're the only one I've actually heard that does tech content. So, what is a typical day in the life of a tech content creator?
Okay, so I'm not the only one making tech videos. We're a few people, but we're not as many as the large number or the mainstream content that we have. If you look at the statistics, there are 90% of the top 100 creators who are dominated by entertainment. So it's comedy skits, Nollywood movies, music, gospel, stuff like that. All those things are a major part of the content that Nigerians consume. And the remaining 10%, 90% of that too is by food, hair, lifestyle, stuff like that. So out of the 1%, tech is sharing like half of that. So we're like very, very, very few. And this is because it's educational content. People prefer to be entertained. The country is hard. So we would
Yes.
rather just want to laugh. You know, nobody would really want to sit down and go through like a 10-minute video of you like rambling over like statistics and math and things like that. However, I've been fortunate enough to see that audience, that small audience. You know, I describe it as small, but it's still a considerable amount of people. And the channel already has about 270,000 people that subscribed and like are enjoying this boring stuff that I make. So as far as day to day, I think what I've come to realize is every day I'm trying to see how I can help people answer questions and give them some value. And entertainment content is value too. People go there to get the value of like laughing. I'm trying to make people get the value of education, just be better off, than they came to see the content. So that's what I try to do every day. We're writing scripts, we're researching stuff, we're reading stuff every day.
Okay, so I know for a fact, Fisayo, that you have a bachelor's degree in economics from the University of Lagos. And so I was thinking, I was like, okay, so how did Fisayo go from analyzing money to analyzing technology? How did that happen?
Okay. Yes, I did study economics as an undergrad, and I was fortunate enough to graduate with like a 4.0.
Okay.
And I, throughout that period, I really, really love economics. I love what it does, but I know how to draw. I know how to design. I was a very good designer, or I am a very good designer, a very good graphic designer. And I was hired straight out of school in a graphic design job. So that was really my passion, but I really love economics as well. I should have worked in a bank when I graduated, but I chose to go into graphic design, and I sort of honed that skill. I combined those things, so I started creating content. So I started making videos on. Wait, okay.
sorry.
Okay.
Just go on.
Okay. So I combined those skills. I started making videos on, just making videos generally, just adding my graphic design skills into this content creation world. And I think that's what every career should have, whereby you can creatively combine stuff. That's how you can make something unique. So if you're good at one thing and you're good at another thing, and you sort of combine it and find that middle ground that people are not really exploring so well, you can create your own field. So there's this example that I read in a book called Mastery. It's about the lady that studied robotics, and she studied neurology. Robotics is the study of robots. Neurology is the study of the nervous system. So she combined them to create like lifelike robots. So that's neurology, neurobotics rather. So neurology, robotics combined together. So you can make lifelike robots. And there are many, many examples. For me, it was graphic design, video production, economics, and now I'm making videos on smartphones, apps, accessories, and also a new series, the Finance Friday series.
Okay. So how did your love for technology become like a full-blown career? How did you do that?
It was so I don't know if I'm allowed to mention the brand. It's
Yes, you
Techno. The I think it was the head of branding or head of partnerships for Techno. When I was making videos, okay, let me start from sort of like this the beginning. I had a graphic design job, and I was also freelancing. So for some years before I started making videos, I was always like doing freelance jobs. I was making videos. I was making graphic design work rather for clients in different parts of the world, like Australia, Germany, and the US.
Wow.
Online, I was not going there. I was
Of course, but still.
Yeah, it was just remotely, and I was earning dollars, which was nice in Nigeria. So, and I kind of saved everything that I earned for like a 6-month stretch, and it amounted to like $5,000 at the time. This was like 2016. I took everything, all my life savings. I dumped it into getting camera gear. I did not have any vision or anything. Like, I mean, I wanted to do YouTube videos, but I didn't know what to expect. Like, I did not like I had money. Like, all the money that I had worked for, I dumped everything there. And a very interesting thing happened because I didn't know about import duties. So when it got to Nigeria, customs seized everything, and they were like,
Wow.
I have to pay $1,000 to clear all this stuff, and I didn't have any money at all. So it was kind of a problem, and thankfully my employers at the time helped me. They kind of built me out, and I was able to get the gear because I was like, I will use this gear to work for you guys. So I did something for my employers at the time. I helped them make videos. I promoted like content and stuff like that. So that was kind of the beginning, and I started making videos consistently after a while. And then someone from Techno discovered my content and was like, "This is nice." He didn't even know that I was in Nigeria, so he sent me a phone He trusted me that he would give me this phone. I used it for a week. I made videos. It got like 25,000 views.
Wow.
And then I kept on making videos. Then someone from Samsung discovered, and then on like that. And we've worked for like 70 something companies in Nigeria and abroad.
Great stuff. The truth is, I know that for a fact because, you know, I'm also creative. I know that starting anything can be a hassle. How did you navigate and then have a niche for yourself?
Okay, so as far as niching down, again, it's really, I always try to think about it like people have seen stuff. People are used to so many things now. If you want to carve a niche and you want to sort of be unique in a way, creative combination really helps. Whereby you are good at one thing and you're good at another thing, and then you combine them. You figure out that unique spot in between those two things. So my videos, I always try to prioritize the graphic quality of them. So because I had knowledge in graphic design, I kind of brought that into video production. And my videos will have like graphic elements, good iconography, logos, typography, and things like that. People who go into video production can be good, but if they didn't have that knowledge of typography, graphic design, they might not necessarily understand what it means to put good typography in a video. So that was kind of what worked for me. And another way to master something or to build that niche is also studying something very deeply and finding one thing that nobody else is talking about and dwelling on that one thing. You know, if you feel like that one thing can be like the next big thing, you can dwell on it as far as nobody else is talking about it, or is your own spin on it, your own unique style about that thing, you know. And branding also really, really matters. You can even possibly be doing the same thing but in a different way. You can be the only one wearing a turtleneck, for instance.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you about your turtleneck because...
So it's just finding that unique spin to something, but make sure that you're passionate about that thing. Make sure that you can talk about this thing without getting bored of it, or you know, if you eventually get to the point where you're bored, just think about why did you start this thing in the first place. But positioning, branding, making something unique really, really matters when it comes to niching down.
I actually wanted to ask you this question, like personally, outside all of this, but I just need to ask because you already mentioned it. Why the black turtleneck? What's that all about?
Simplicity.
You're trying to Steve Jobs the entire thing, or
maybe, I guess. but yeah, Steve Jobs was known for wearing the black turtleneck and jeans to present stuff all the time, you know, for Apple keynote events. But I realized that even Mark Zuckerberg as well only wears like a grey t-shirt. If you have a bunch of turtlenecks, you will not find it difficult to pick.
Just move.
Yeah, you can just pick anyone.
So just pick anyone and just get out the door.
Not a difficult decision.
So whilst creating your content, what is your process like in creating useful content? Because there's creating content just cause, and then there's creating useful content. And with what I have seen whilst I was researching, you know, Fisayo, Fosudo, your contents are actually useful. So what is your process like?
Okay, so first of all, I always try to think of the audience. The person who is going to watch this video, this is my thought process. The person that's going to watch this video, what are they going to gain from this video? And my editor is here as well. He will testify to that. Like, if I'm going to make anything, I'm going to okay, what is this person that is watching this thing going to gain? Is this video going to help them? And if you look at it, Google is the biggest search engine. YouTube is the second biggest search engine, and Google owns YouTube. Whenever you Google stuff, chances are a YouTube video will pop up. Yeah. And if it is a question that you Googled, say how to tie a tie or something, if the title of your video is "This is how to tie a tie," chances are they'll click that video. And if you answer their question, which is how to tie a tie, and your video sort of helps them explain, and maybe at the end of the video you say, okay, hey guys, this is how to lace your shoe, maybe they might click it and they say, oh, this person gives grooming tips. And they click your channel, they subscribe to your channel, they become part of your community, and they start watching more of your grooming tips video. So that's one way that, you know, you can build a community in that aspect. But going to the question, which is like how the video is supposed to be useful, I always think of the value first. Like, anybody that is going to watch this video, what are they going to gain? We will script to get to that point, we'll write the videos, we'll do research, and we'll make that video, we'll shoot it at, you know, in the simplest language possible that we can make it, so that they can understand this video and, you know, benefit from it.
Okay, great. So my next question is, what are the most important elements you must infuse in any of your videos?
Most important elements. If Are you speaking about the content of the video now? Or
In terms of the content of the video, yes.
Okay, most important elements again, answering the question. The question must be answered. Like, if somebody is coming to my video, I want to deliver the promise that I sort of made. So if they see the title, if they see the thumbnail, and they come to that video, I want to make sure that I help them answer that question. So if for instance, for smartphone reviews, if I make a video about a smartphone, I want to try to be as exhaustive as possible. We'll answer questions about the phone's display, the battery life, the camera quality, video quality, everything that we can possibly put in that video. That will help them make a decision on whether to buy this product or not buy this product. If it's a personal finance thing, we want to give as many tips as we possibly can to help them, answer that question, and just understand like how to save money, how to become better off financially and things like that.
Okay, great. How do you source products to review?
Well, initially I would have to maybe like buy some and loan it from a company. But now they usually just send them.
Because you're a big boy now. Everybody's trying to get a piece of Fisayo.
So now they just send
So
them.
now people reach out to you to
Yes.
help review their products. Great stuff. So every day there's a new product. You see today is this AirPod, then they make it smaller, then they make it bigger. How are you able to keep up with the advancement in technology?
I think since the interest is there, we definitely have to keep up. We would watch keynote events, we would follow all these companies' pages and YouTube feed or anything, even other tech commentators would follow like leaks, things that the company is working on. If a company files a patent, for instance, there are people that will hop on it and broadcast it. Like Apple will file a patent for a foldable screen. That means Apple is probably thinking of making a foldable phone in the future. Samsung will file a patent of a rollable screen. So they are thinking of this type of thing. So we would follow all those blogs, all those posts and all those things that are, talking about this thing. So yeah, you have to like follow as many of these channels, credible ones at least, as possible.
So you're a tech guy, and I get that you're a tech guy, but you just kept saying Apple would do patents. Please, could you explain to us what you mean by patents?
If Apple patents something, it means that they don't want anybody else to use that tech. So if Apple patents a foldable display, for instance, it means that they only want to be the one that has that style when it comes out. Anybody that replicates it, Apple can actually sue you for using that.
Okay, at least I've learned something today. Yeah. Let's take a quick break and we'll be right back. Don't touch that dial. Welcome back. My name is Doris and I have with me in the studio content creator and tech vlogger Fisayo Fosudo. What challenges do you face as a tech vlogger?
Challenges is NEPA.
Drag them. I always drag them, but please go on, drag.
So when I first started, I think that's one everlasting challenge. We were fortunate enough to move to somewhere that has 24 hours light, but still, NEPA will mess you up.
Because 24 hours is never 24 hours.
I had this interview with the deputy governor of the central bank, and NEPA took light.
You're lying.
During the interview. I'm
You're
not
lying.
I'm not. This man can testify. He was recording the video. They took the light. So yes, I just wish we can have this infrastructure part of our economy on lockdown, but it's just there.
Oh, I need to get myself because I'm so sorry about that. Were you able to maybe turn on the gen or something?
We
took a break and
what
then...
did we do? We opened the windows. Yes.
You are lying. Whoa. So my next question is, I know you have a segment called Finance Friday. Tell us more about that.
Okay, so yeah, just like I mentioned, we had this interview with the deputy governor. We actually interviewed him about the INR, which is a new thing that the CBN governor and Bit Inc. as well, which is the company that the CBN was a client of. We interviewed the creators of the INR, which is Bit Inc. and the CBN deputy governor, just talking about this new advancement. But other than that, the series basically focuses on personal finance, how people can save money better, how people can, ways people can earn money, ways people can, just at least beat inflation and things like that. So we just talk about everything and anything from personal finance to the Nigerian economy. And this series, we started, the way I started was even funny because in the first 4 years of my YouTube career, I didn't really have anything to show for it. Like there was no finance aspect. Like I wasn't really spending my money wisely. And then January of 2020 was when I said, you know what, I'm going to save 70% of everything I'm earning into a fixed deposit. I don't advise anybody to do it, but I did that, and I kind of went like hardcore, and I just saved throughout the year. The fixed deposit was supposed to mature on the 25th of December, which was Christmas Day. And that Christmas Day, I was at my cousin's wedding, which you just mentioned before this interview.
Yeah.
And I was so happy. People were wondering why I was just happy, but I had already saved like so much. It now built this discipline in me, and I knew how to save, and I started using a spending tracker. I was writing every single thing I spend my money on. I was noting where money was going to, so there were no leakages. I would know wherever my money was going to, and that way I was way better financially, and because of how much I had already saved, I was able to take myself to Dubai. And when I was there, I started the series, the Finance Friday. I posted the first video, and it got like 120,000 people to watch.
Wow.
That was the year that the channel just took a different turn, because that year we made like 4 times everything we made for 4 years combined, because I was teaching people about all the stuff I had learned from that 1 year of saving, and the series just blossomed into many other things. So yeah, every other Friday on the channel, there's always a video or an interview, something.
Well, I actually like the fact that, I mean, at the end of the day, the economics you learned when you,
Yes.
you studied when you were in school is
waste.
fine. Yes, you did not waste before our
Yeah.
parents go and carry us. Okay, good stuff. What would you say has contributed to your success in the tech industry that others can emulate?
Turtleneck.
Now, Fisayo, share it now. Give
What
us
would I
some.
say has contributed to my success? I think it's actually consistency. Although I'm not really the best at consistency, but I think one of the watchwords that my uncle told me was never to be idle. So I'm not. If I'm idle, I probably will fall sick. So I'm always trying to at least do something. If I'm not reading a book or watching an interview or a documentary or something, I'm just trying to brainstorm. My mind cannot just rest if I'm not doing anything. So I'm thinking of new ideas for videos, for what I can teach people and things like that. So I think loving what you do and being consistent at it will pay off long term. Like I said, in the first 4 years, I wasn't really earning as much. I wasn't really financially responsible, and in 1 year, everything just changed. So I think that's what consistency can do. Even if you're not seeing results in the beginning, if you really believe in what you're doing, and after a while, you can just see like a huge change.
Okay, so technology is creating opportunities daily for young Nigerians. I mean, people shoot full movies now with phones and whatnot. What are your tips on how to best utilize these opportunities?
I think the first thing is to be involved in this space. Try to even if you like, just try to, if as any little tech you can afford to use to explore this field, you should try to get it. Also try to find the right sources. Very, very important that you find the right channels that are commenting on technology and things like that. So subscribing to the right blogs. For me, I was reading a lot of Wired magazine, The Verge. So I was checking all those sites and like being updated because of the way they write, the style of their videos and things like that. So first of all, getting being interested in the first place and getting the right sources. And also, if you wanted to have like take tech as a career path, you also want to, you might have seen people that are doing stuff you like. And usually that's how it is. People who come into a career, they probably saw someone flourish in that career, or they saw like the industry flourishing, and they were like, oh, I want to be a part of this. Reading is also very, very important. Reading books from people that have been in this industry, or people that have touched on topics, on tips that you can use to benefit from this industry. So if you can combine all those things, be inquisitive always and read and follow the right sources and just be interested in it, I think you can have a good headway than most people, in the tech space.
Okay. As a tech expert, because that's how I see you, the things I
I've not
totally.
reached expert level.
No, you have, because I all I know about my phone is to take pictures, make videos, and screen grab stuff.
You use an iPhone?
I use
Okay.
that, but I use an Android.
Okay.
Why?
No, I'm just asking. We have a video that we're working on tips to.
To use,
To
please
use.
send me the link. I need. So, Fisayo, as a tech expert, that's what I'm going to call you, because you know better than me, and trust me, I know a lot. What are your opinions about the future of technology in Nigeria?
Okay, I'm not a tech expert. I was just maybe an enthusiast. So,
Okay.
future of tech in Nigeria, I think we're going to see a lot more fintech companies. See, MTN already has they fully acquired their license to be a mobile money agent. MTN has really thrived in other countries with mobile money, and now they are playing in the fintech space. They recently rebranded. They have a new logo and things like that. So the future of tech in Nigeria, we're definitely looking more at fintechs. These companies have gotten a lot of funding. I'm sure you've heard of, Flutterwaves and Paystack.
Yeah.
Hundreds of millions of dollars pouring in to this ecosystem, although they might not be registered in Nigeria, but yeah. But a lot of funding is coming into this space, so we should see those industries flourishing, and remote jobs as well are going to definitely flourish. So, for somebody that started in 2016, that I was already even earning some money from 2016 as a freelancer in Nigeria. Imagine now, things have changed a lot. There's so many ways that people can work remotely from here, work for clients all over the world. The clients I work with, I have never seen them, and they've invested so much in me. So there will be more remote work, remote education, and education, career paths like working in tech as well. Cybersecurity as well is something that people should pay attention to, and finance. Yeah.
Okay. What is your take on artificial intelligence?
I don't really have anything to say about artificial intelligence because, unfortunately, I've not really had the chance to deeply
Delve
explore
into.
AI. Although there's so much AI in everything we're using. Think Siri, which is like the voice assistant. You can, I have this thing in the studio where we can just say, "Hey Siri, turn on the lights," and the lights will just turn on because of the kind of light. So maybe the Internet of Things, which is what I just described, and artificial intelligence will blend in the future, but I don't really see that playing a major role in Nigeria now until we have,
Certain
police
things.
not disturbing people
Yeah,
on the
certain
streets,
things just have
and
to be put
there's
in place.
lights, and all those things.
Because if there's no light, you can't say, "Hey Siri, turn off the lights."
Tell me
Right?
about it.
So, what are your opinions about the rise in the use of cryptocurrency and Bitcoin and the NFT craze? Because every time you put on when you go to Instagram, you see somebody is trying to take a picture of a goat and use as NFT. No, I saw that video and it was very funny. I think it was just a joke, but still.
I think that okay, cryptocurrencies and NFTs and all this stuff, they are very amazing creations. Cryptocurrency, for instance, is one creation that has benefited a lot of people. So many developing countries now, the countries that are not developed yet, are benefiting because of tighter restrictions on finances. So many people in developing countries might not be able to receive money from abroad. For instance, in Nigeria, PayPal doesn't work because they believe that Nigerians are kind of fraudsters, something like that. So that stigma is there. So I can't receive money from PayPal from anyone. However, like I said, in developing countries, people can actually send money to anyone, anywhere, and they can receive money anywhere with cryptocurrencies. So that way, the whole world is kind of on a level playing field. And I think that's why the government sort of flushed it out and brought the in-era, because they wanted to encourage that interoperability segment, which is helping Nigeria to be able to receive money from anywhere with the e-naira. So, for instance, like in the interview I had with the deputy governor, he said something like, imagine if Western Union can change your dollars to e-naira and send you e-naira directly without so much fees. Right now, if you are going to receive money legitimately, at least if you think cryptocurrency is not categorized that way, you are going to pay heavy fees. But with cryptocurrency, you can move $1 million and you only pay like $20 in fees. So that's kind of how it has leveled the playing field for everyone in the world. So anywhere you are in the world, you can actually use these services. However, there's also the bad side of Ponzi schemes, and just so many crazy stuff going on, whereby people are creating new different tokens that are meaningless and are using it to scam people. I've heard so many cases, people even using my own name to scam people, whereby
wow, that's sad.
yeah, whereby they just like tell people that there's a high yield investment. Think Ponzi schemes like MMM and things like that. They tell them that if you invest now, you can make 50% returns in 7 days, and then they put their money in and they disappear with their cryptocurrency. You can't really trace. Cryptocurrency is just like a long string of numbers. You can't really, there's no name there, so you can't really know that. So that's also the negative side, and unfortunately, people use it to scam people a lot. So that's also the bad side, and the fact that somebody can disappear with your money and you will not know who it is, that's a problem. NFTs as well are amazing because of the collectibles nature. So people can, collect art, they can collect rare stuff and hold it. It can be an asset that can appreciate, and they can sell it. Or people can even just create stuff. Like if you're an artist, I interviewed a friend of mine, Shutterbug, who just designed a couple of artworks and sold it for a large,
Wow.
very large amount of money. And I think it's amazing that way. He's in Lagos, Nigeria. He's in Ikorodu, and he's making these interesting artworks that people all over the world are buying. That's amazing seeing inflows like that coming into Nigeria. However, NFTs can also be used in negative ways where people are taking pictures of absurd things
Just random stuff.
and hoping to cash out from it. So they all have their good sides and their bad sides.
Okay. So far, what has been your full circle moment?
I've had many, but one of the more recently significant ones is being part of YouTube's the YouTube class of 2020. So YouTube has a $100 million fund where they call on creators every year, and for 2022, I was part of 20-something Africans to be the face of YouTube. We're supposed to get billboards and stuff like that, but I think there are billboards in some countries where they displayed our faces.
Wow.
And stuff like that. They also funded us a significant amount of money too. So it's a very nice, amazing thing. 5 years of hard work, putting content online. It feels great to be recognized among other talented people as well by YouTube themselves. So we're taking classes. They're giving us education materials. They're just like pushing us. They give us someone who is going to be like a partner manager. So someone that works directly at YouTube that we can talk to. So yeah, that's something that whenever I think about it, the class of 2022 now, and being part of that, I think is just exciting, and yeah, it just makes my dreams feel valued.
Aw, that's nice. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you very much.
What are your aspirations?
Wow, aspirations. There are many. I mean,
Top 3?
I wish Nigeria could be better. I wish we could be more educated in Nigeria. I just wish we had a reading culture. I wish we could I really wish Nigeria could just have better education, better defense, which is like good police, and a good healthcare system. I wish I could do something about it. So yeah, that's something I would probably be aspiring to, if I can actually do something about it.
So Fisayo, I'm about to put you on the spot. Small, sha.
I'm ready.
Not so much.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Okay.
It's not that serious. Are you ready?
Yes. I am.
Apple or Android?
Both. I have an iPhone and an Android phone. I'm a tech reviewer. I use over 100
You're
phones.
you're trying to dance on it. I see. Mac or Windows?
MacBooks.
So that one you did not actually waver. Okay. So how can interested individuals or organizations reach you?
They can reach me via email. I have my email address is on like my Instagram bio, and my social media handles, which is just my name. So Fisayo Fosudo.
So at Fisayo Fosudo.
On Instagram, on Twitter, it's just at Fosudo, and it's a verified account.
Hey, bragging rights. It's not easy.
It's for
to
scammers, so that scammers will not fall for the wrong.
But you know it's not easy to get verified on Twitter, unlike Instagram.
I heard, yeah.
No, facts.
No, Instagram is hard.
No, it's not as hard as Twitter, though.
It is harder than Twitter.
No, you could actually buy it.
Oh, really?
Yes, you can buy.
That's legal.
Yeah, it's actually you can actually buy that. But Twitter, it's like Jack is on it.
Oh.
He's not joking about his app.
I don't know.
Thank you so much, Fisayo, for coming through.
Thank you very much. This was very interesting. Thank you.
I enjoyed myself and I learned a lot. NFTs and whatnot, patents. Did I get that right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you
Fantastic.
very much.
That was another exciting episode of The Creatives, the entertainment show that takes you behind the scenes. I hope you enjoyed it and learned a lot like I did. And of course, if you have any comments or questions, please contact us on our social media platforms with #The Creatives. So from me, Doris Okorie, and the entire Creatives team, I'll see you next week with another exciting guest. Bye.